Welcome back to the Lorenzo Primerano Show, where we talk about Philly sports, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, stay tuned for your Philly sports news. Do you want daily sports news and not have to wait every Saturday for the podcast? Visit my Twitter at Lorenzo_12_24 for all the news. Welcome back to the Lorenzo Primerano Show, and this week it has not been that much Philadelphia sports news, but there is still a good bit to talk about before I get into that. You know the drill. If you are not already following my Twitter, that is What is my Twitter? Oh. At Lorenzo_12_24 for all daily sports, Philly sports updates. If you are watching this on the day this is posted, it is 9:05 right now. It is a very, very late podcast, probably the latest one I've ever done out of all 12. This is episode 12. So 12 weeks straight we've been going strong. It hasn't been on the same day, but it has been in the same week. As you know, a couple of podcasts ago I did one on Sunday, but still counts as the week. First, I want to get into the Sixers. This week was going really well for them, besides for today. They winded up losing the Toronto Raptors 110-102. But more, bad news coming in from them. Of course, now they have to play Game 5 in Philly, which they should eliminate the Toronto Raptors. Easy peasy. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself because Joel Embiid has a torn ligament in his thumb, which happens to be a shooting hand, which is also great. Just what we needed to, have faith in the playoffs. The Sixers, I want to talk to them in general. The first two games I thought were phenomenal. I believe that Embiid was amazing in the first two games. Harden was outstanding. But that third game on Wednesday was very crappy. Really crappy, but of course they were able to win it, and Joel Embiid with that amazing shot right at the shot clock with 0.9 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Oh my God, I was going absolutely nuts. That's the greatest thing I've ever seen. And I want to talk about today's game, which was it was a lot like Wednesday's game. I have to say, really, just because of how crappy they were playing. I do not like how crappy they're playing the last two games. Of course, Game 3 getting away with that. But right now, I remember saying this in the beginning when the playoffs started. I really don't have the Sixers going to the finals just yet, and it's really proving my point. Sometimes as a sports fan, you need to not be biased, and I know there's a lot of Sixers fans who are probably going to disagree with me on this, but the Sixers are probably not making the finals the way they are playing right now. A lot of you can agree with me, and I hope you do, because you can see it in this team that they are not playing like they should, and dropping they had 87 points with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That is horrible. Horrible. And then they were able to get within 8 at the end of the game. That was really horrible there. Other news, though, not Sixers related. Ben Simmons will play Game 4 of the Brooklyn Nets and Boston Celtics series. First of all, I want to say something really quick. My thought process going into this, right? Why the hell are you going to put or Ben Simmons himself? This is Ben Simmons' decision, actually. How are you going to have Ben Simmons choose that he's going to play Game 4, right? And the Brooklyn Nets might get swept. Actually, I checked the score right before I started the podcast. It was 58-50. With a couple minutes left in the second quarter. And you're telling me that if Boston goes up 3-0 to by the end of tonight, you're gonna have Ben Simmons come back in Game 4, try to win 3. No. You would have to win 4 straight games. That is, oh my God, and I've discussed my frustration on this guy plenty of freaking times, man. I'm telling you, this man is so stupid. I love how he's like, you know what? I'm going to play Game 4, possibly getting swept. I'm not going to help my team throughout the first 3 games, right? That doesn't matter. That's enough for the Sixers. Of course, them losing today was pretty much the only bad thing this week besides for the 2 crappy games they played. But next I want to get to is Flyers. They stink, really. I can't really say anything about that. But I want to talk about the playoffs, really. The seeding. I know that Minnesota and St. Louis were matched up already. That's a permanent matchup. It's already set. But I was looking at the standings the other day, and I saw that the Vegas Golden Knights might miss the playoffs for the first time in franchise history. I think they've been around for 4 or 5 years. They might miss the playoffs for the first time, and I would be really happy because I hate when any expansion team makes the playoffs in their first year. And going to the Stanley Cup, I mean, thank God they lost. I mean, that was a good Stanley Cup run for Washington as well. But we're getting off track. Really getting off track, actually. But when the full playoff schedule comes out, which is pretty soon, like who the matchups will be, I will give you my predictions for that, as I did for the NBA last week. Yes, last week. So I had to go check. That's enough for NHL and Flyers talk. Nothing really to talk about there. Eagles. There's a good bit of news here. I'll tell you this right now. Of course, there is 5 days until the NFL draft. Pretty exciting. Which means that the NFL is almost starting back. September, it's April right now. Hey, we don't have that too much longer to go. It seems like forever since the Eagles played that crappy playoff game, but what are you going to do? So, I know I said this a couple weeks back. Maybe, oh my God, it was probably forever ago. But I want to get to who they should pick because they have they have 2 first-round picks in the draft. If Howie doesn't trade them before these 5 days, which I'm not sure if he will or not, which is pretty much a scary thing, I would think. I would hear me out. I know I was saying a couple weeks back that I want Philly to pick a defensive guy in the first round. Knowing what we've done in the offseason so far, which is pretty crappy, I know that we signed a wide receiver, Zach Parscale. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I say you pick a wide receiver first with one of your first round picks, and then you go and pick a defensive guy. But it doesn't really matter to me. You could pick the defensive guy first, pick the wide receiver second. But I would want out of the first round a wide receiver and a defensive guy. Out of the first round of the NFL draft. I think that would be a cool, thing to do, I guess. But I don't really know what defensive guy they should go after. That's for them to decide. I'm not the GM really. I'm just giving them a option just in case this could fly around him, which it probably won't. But another thing I want to get to, JJ Arcega-Whiteside has switched to tight end. I really don't give a crap. Really. He is not he's not a good receiver. I can see why he switched to tight end. But I mean, if he can play tight end, I don't have any problem with it. But right now, I really don't care. I mean, we don't really need another tight end. Oh, we do actually. We do need another tight end. I think. Well, we have Dallas Goedert as our tight end one, from trading Zach Ertz last year. But yeah, now we have Dallas Goedert first. And was it Richard Rodgers as tight end, the second tight end? I'm not sure it was the second tight end actually. Richard Rodgers is a tight end on the Eagles. I know that for sure. Like right, last year he was. Oh my God, I am so confused right now. I forget the other tight end now. Enough off of that, because again, I really don't care about JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Deebo Samuel has requested or asked for a trade from the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, I was really surprised when I heard about this. This was earlier in the week. I think this might have been Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. I was really, really surprised when I heard it. So I'm like, wait, Deebo Samuel wants to be traded? It took me a couple seconds to process it, and I'm like, Philly, what if you trade for Deebo Samuel, Get rid of Jalen Reagor, throw him in the trade. See, with that, you would have to throw in a first-round pick. But then you don't got to worry about picking a wide receiver in the first round. I don't really talk about that because who really doesn't want to... No one really wants to come to Philadelphia. Anyone good, anyway. The Union... Their undefeated streak came to an end, sadly. They are 5-1-1. They're still the best team in the Eastern Conference. Come on. They were gonna lose sometime, but they played Montreal today, and of course I don't know if they won or not. I want to say they did, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. That's everything besides for the Philadelphia Phillies. I know last week I made my frustration on how they are not doing well. They lost today against the Brewers after being up 3-0, but they won yesterday against the Brewers. They are 6-9, I believe now. It is. Oh my God! I was talking, to myself, and I'm like, the Phillies need to win at least 7 of the next 10 games to at least get into that NL East, spot in the first. I mean, they're horrendous right now. I don't know what the hell is up, really, and I know I said this thousands of times last week. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I don't know if it's the pitching, the outfielders, I don't know, first base, second baseman, third baseman. It's not really making any sense to me on who is the problem. And I can't, is it the bullpen again? Oh my God, I can't, I don't really know. And of course, some of you may know or don't know just like me. My thoughts right now is the Phillies are going to miss the playoffs again for 12 years, I think it would mark. It's not looking good right now. I hope next week I can report something good about the Phils. Maybe they could be above 500 or within a 500 range. I would love for that. But you can't really jump the gun here. This has been the Lorenzo Primerano Show. Make sure to go follow my Twitter at Lorenzo_12_24 for daily Philly sports news. If there is any, let's hope we have a better week in Philadelphia sports next week, along with the Phillies and the Sixers. The draft is in 5 days. Make sure to follow the NFL draft to see who the Eagles pick and see if Howie Roseman is an idiot. And we will see you next week.